Hey Clashers, Clash of Clans will be easier in the future. Supercell has given us already a couple of hints why that's going to happen, and obviously they have already done some changes. In this video I will kind of take a look at what we know so far of things which have been changed, what Supercell announced that they're going to change it, and especially what impact that is going to have on the game, and especially for Town Hall 15. Because 1 month ago roundabout, we have taken a look at those stats, where you can take a look at the hit rate list of a couple of players within the game. Those stats were tracked in Clan War League, and Legend, for example, and they're kind of giving you a nice impression of what the success rate of the game looks like. Yes, they're not the official stats, but I guess they would come kind of close. With that, you can see that the jump between a couple of town level are quite high. So, for example, from town level 12 and to 11, or the other way around, you can see the difference is quite significant. This means there is an issue, which means there is, well, a defense or something which is giving the players a huge problem, not having the same, like, skill difference between a normal town hall level. The same thing is happening between town hall level 14 and town level 15, but the difference is really massive from the success rate from upgrading your town hall. So why is that the case, and what is Supercell doing to try to prevent that? Because that is not healthy in the game. Because you want to have that every single town hall level feels like a new challenge, but at the same time it should not have the like increased difficulty level of like being twice as hard or something. So instead it should be like maybe 5% harder or something, but not like 10% plus. Because of that, Supercell has announced a couple of balance changes, and they are looking like this. They have changed nearly 1 month ago the balance for town level 10 all the way up to town level 14, which kind of surprised a lot of us, including myself, because you were seeing, like, just based on the stats, the issues were not low on Town Hall 10, but instead they just said, okay, we want to have everything a little bit easier and make sure people are having the more rewarding feeling of 3-starring, because this is what people are getting excited about and what they make by keep playing the game, because the success on offense is way more important than what you can feel on defense, because the majority of Clashes don't even really care about their defense, and it's most and only about their offense and getting some 3-stars in there. And with all of those changes, you can see especially the Town Hall is a big problem based on what Supercell has seen. And we can already kind of like agree with that just based on the stats. Because what is getting added from Town level 11 to Town 12? That's right, the Town Hall is fighting back. This is why we have massive changes as well to the Town Hall, with having like 40 DPS less. That is quite a bit. That is quite a bit. Nearly 25% of the damage has been reduced. And that is a lot of damage which is then missing, in combination with all of the scatter shot, inferno tower, cannon, arch tower changes which were happening. In addition to that, Town Hall level 10 to Town Hall 14 is now way easier. But if we scroll down, there is one big surprise, and that is Town Hall 15 has been barely touched, and we have seen what type of difference there is between Town Hall level 14 and 15, which is massive. Town Hall 15 right now is way too hard for the game. For regular Clashes, nearly impossible to 3-star, it seems like. So the question is, why were there no changes right there? But Supercell has answered the question, and it's already given us a nice idea of what might happen in the future. And this is a big topic which I have been criticizing Supercell for quite some time. This is transparency. And on this one, I have to say, really good job. They were giving the answer which a lot of people were confused about. Why would you change the balance for town level 10 to 14, which seemed to be not as hard, but they have really made those town levels way easier to 3-star. But Town Hall 15, they have not touched that. Well, they were kind of explaining first off all of the changes. The first thing is, with having more town level, this means that the lower town level are getting speed up way faster, which means the upgrade times on town level 9 or 10, for example, compared to a couple of years ago, it's incredible how quick you can get through those town level without even having to spend a single dollar. It's crazy. With that being said, this means the masses, the biggest player base, kind of switched from the town level 9 to 10 roundabout to 11 to 12. So they're way higher now. So they kind of tried to adjust the difficulty level for that and made the middle town level way easier to make sure it's kind of like, yeah, appealing for the masses as well. Now, with the question why Town Hall 15 was not touched, or not really at all, to be honest, is that there's the World Championship around the corner. And Supercell said that they do not want to change the balance before that is happening, because, well, that would mean that the World Championship and all of the players in there would need to, like, change everything on the fly pretty much, with $1 million being on the line. That's a lot of prize money. So that's why they're not changing Town Hall 15 until exactly that point. Because if we keep reading, you can see that they're saying that they plan to address the balance of Town Hall 15 later this year. So we have already a roadmap which tells us, well, it is going to happen later this year. The World Championship is happening from the weekend from the 24th to the 26th of November. So I guess after that, it could happen anytime that Town Hall 15 is getting some major changes, balance changes, and things are going to get probably way easier. With the Town Hall, I think, being a main target, because we have seen that already with the Town level 12 to 14, with the Town Hall weapon damage, for example, being reduced quite a bit. Then I guess the Rage Tower is going to be hopefully nerfed, as this is probably the most broken defense we ever had in Clash, with the buffs they added to it and everything. So that might need a nerf. And, well, they have actually nerfed Scatter, Eagle, and regular defense on off the other Town level, so that might happen as well. With that being said, they have done even more to kind of test how the game feels like when the meta is a bit easier and how people are excited about it. Because what they have done as well, they have added the Clash Arena event, which means, well, we all know how strong event troops are. But I feel like this year they have even stepped this up a little bit more. We know from the last couple of Clash Arenas that the Royal Ghost was a really strong troop. But to be honest, I think every single event troop which we had this year was stronger, in my opinion, than the Royal Ghost. So they have tried this year to see what happens if they make this game way easier. At least that's what it feels like from an outside perspective. So what happens when the game is way easier? Well, I think you all have noticed that. If you were below 5,000 trophies in the game, you had incredible search times. Like the clouding in Titan and below was getting out of hands. It was really long. You had to wait for your opponents. So the question might be, why is that happening? Well, the answer is pretty simple. How that works, how the Clash, like the matchmaking Clash of Clans works, is that you have to find someone else who's not active, like not being online, not having a shield, and not having a guard. If all of those three cases are happening, then you can attack that other person. With everyone being more active, it's more likely that there are more people being online, so you cannot attack them. With this causing a huge delay with the clouds, and it's harder to attack other players because there's more players online. And I feel like regarding that, making the game easier and the event itself was a huge success, which is then giving us the question, what does this mean for then the future of the game? Does easier mean better? That's the big question, I guess. For now, as well, we just know that for the later stages of the event, they have even changed how the matchmaking works. Because they have made it that as soon as your guard is running out and your shield, you were able to be attacked. And you could attack other people even if they were online, which was before that never really the case as far as I know. So that is for sure a good change which they have done. But as I said, in the early stages of that event, it was a really big nightmare to farm and really get quick opponents. But now let's get back to the main question of this video. How much is the game going to be easier? Well, I guess that's the question which only Supercell can answer, but based on my opinion, I think the game should be easier than it is right now on Town Hall 15. I think the changes they have done for Town Hall level 10 to 14 were good. I don't have any stats just yet. Hopefully I will have some more data on that later with some bots, but for now, I only know that I think the changes were pretty good, but Town Hall 15 needs as well some changes. No, I'm not saying that the Lava Loon meta, for example, we just had with the event troops, and overall the event troops, that should be the baseline of like how difficult something should be. I don't think that at all. And I'm just thinking that for the game health, by the way. If you're just asking me personally, like what I would like to see, I would like to see a Rage Tower nerf. And I would be fine already, personally. But then again, you have to as well think about how does the game work? Like, what is healthy for the game? And I feel like if you really truly look at that and you don't really like consider your own opinion about what your personal preferences are, and you just care about, okay, what is healthy for the game, then I have to say I think easier nerfing Town Hall and even other defenses for Town Hall 15 is way better. Because let's be honest, I think the majority of players had way more fun with, for example, Town Hall level 14. Well, yes, that's also not good for the pro play, but I think that's an issue and the topic which you have to kind of like take in consideration anyways, which should be more separate. So I feel like the only way I have a healthy game and then like a pro scene, which is really not that big in Clash of Clans, it's more like, well, if there is no pro mode or esports mode or something related to that, I'm not sure how that both works hand in hand. And a game which is having a huge esports scene like, I don't know, League of Legends, Valorant and so on, there, like, it's justified to balance for the pro scene. But in Clash of Clans, the esports scene, it's quite small. I feel like if you put the viewers, the players, everyone who is interested in esports in one big pot, I think that's not even more than 1% of the entire player base. So balancing the game for not even 1% is a tough call, I think. So overall, looking forward to see what you think, but that's really going to be the future of Clash of Clans, that things are going to be easier. How much easier? We have to wait and see what Supercell is going to release after Clash Worlds. But for now, let's see what it's going to be. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys back tomorrow with the next Clash video. Until then, see ya and bye-bye.